Recently, I have been confronted with the reality of horrendous diseases that attack babies and also young people or even older people. And what's peculiar to me is that they mostly seem to attack the children of Jacob Israel. And this verse came to mind here in Exodus 15, 25, and 26. And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statue and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. So, let's take a look at some of these horrendous diseases. One of them is called FOP. This is a woman who had her right arm amputated because when she was a child she developed FOP. It is a disease that turns bodies into bone. You see, she cannot bend her knee because her knee locked. Her leg is locked at the hip. And when she was younger, she developed bumps on her arm. That's how it begins, with bumps. Some people have bumps along their whole back, on their spine, because the body is turning into bone. ALS. This woman cannot speak. She has to use a device that she writes into, which then transforms the writing into words, spoken words. ALS is deadly. You cannot, and so is FOP, of course. What happens is people are suffocated, and that's how they die, cardiac arrest. They cannot breathe. They die of being choked to death. Multiple sclerosis. I had a friend who had both multiple sclerosis and Huntington's. When she died, she couldn't eat, she couldn't speak, she couldn't breathe, and she just more or less choked to death. She was 49. This woman is doing exercises in order to delay the onslaught. MS. I know two people at our barn who have MS. One is not even 30 and the other one is 23, just recently diagnosed. The recent diagnosis is not vaccinated. Here, Huntington's, horrible, horrible disease. In my opinion, it all has to do with the iron being injected into the clay, and the people who are mostly afflicted are the children of Jacob Israel. And here, in my opinion, They're all horrible, of course, but to me, this is the most catastrophic disease ever. It's called EB for short. Keep talking about a cure. Why can't they prevent this? Because they cause the disease. And it's allowed because the children of Jacob, Israel, are cursed. Take a look at this young man. Anywhere his skin is rubbed, it comes off and he gets very, very, very deep, deep lesions. He is bandaged. Look at his hands. I believe he's 20, just turned 22 or 23. He's bandaged from head to toe. He cannot walk because his feet are stumps. He was born without any skin on his feet. Same with Brady, who they call Brady the Brave. Look at him. Got a feeding tube. Even the inside lining of his body comes apart. He's still got his fingers. It's only a matter of time, though, until they become stumps. And he said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee.